Hello everybody, Risk of Rage here. I rage a game so that you don't have to, and we're here with our first episode of Pathologic 3. Now, this is just, I'm pretty sure, the demo version. Yeah, as it says down here. So it's not the full game, but I loved the second one, so I'm really excited to play this one. Without more said, let's just get right into it. Yeah, as I said, I was really a fan of the second one. It's probably one of my favorite games of all time. It was also really stressful. So hopefully this game is as hard as stressful as the last one. Cue to see what's worthy of your attention. Well, there's a guy crouching down there. I remember these guys. Hello, sir. May I talk to you? I guess he's not interested in talking to me. What's going on over here, guys?
I think you ought to reread your own early work, Chief. Assuming you wrote them yourself.
Oh, why aren't you at the interrogation yet, Bachelor? You're supposed to be there already. What's going on outside? What are you looking at?
People, yes.
Hang
Dark
on, Chief.
skin, covered in skin. That's what they are. People.
Oh my god. Hang on, Chief. Did you summon because of Shanaki? Will the order to shut down the laboratory be revoked, postponed? Uh, I don't know what you're even saying to me. No, they're not revoking it. And why aren't you in quarantine, especially if you're coming straight for the epicenter of such a disease? Don't worry, this fever usually kills in 24 hours. Usually it's more like 5. So you're that... Oh, different guy. So you're that doctor who first discovered this deadly epidemic, this dirt disease. Is it true that it killed off a whole steep down in town in a week? 25,000 dead. Listen to me. All this is just hearsay. Please leave our director alone. He has important work to do, and you, Chief, should hurry off now. Your appointment is at 8. Now, answer me this, since you're the one in charge. Is it true or not? You said this disease was already in the capital. I never said that. I said they believe the epidemic might already have spread here. That's what I said, and the bureaucrats are usually wrong. Yeah, don't put words in my mouth. I never said anything. Oh. Well, you know, guys, I have an appointment, actually. I gotta really get going. You know, excuse me. Sorry, later. Well, that ended poorly. For everyone involved, methinks. Day 8, in which the Bachelor says farewell to hopes and tries to flee the doomed steep town. Well, shit. I gotta get the hell out of here. They caught me. I wasn't filing my taxes. Oh, what voice do I give this guy? I gotta give him like a deep, cool voice, right?
You can go no further. Carbertine.
I'm so tired of running obstacles that I created myself.
I didn't recognize you at first glance. You changed a quite bit after a week in our town. I'm Savar Kermit, number 72, the last of the volunteer orderly corps. Since you're here, consider this my resignation.
I do not accept your resignation. There's still hope, you son of a bitch.
You promised to save our town, but all you leave behind are ashes and graves. What lies ahead of you is not a steep, but a fog of uncertainty. So where will you go now, O man who lost to death?
No reason to stay here, man, actually. I lied. You know that last thing I said about there being hope? This town is lost. I admit I'm not omnipotent, but I've tried.
People whisper rumors that the only doctor in town plans to abandon them, to flee. The most fortunate, the survivors, already planned their own escapes. Could they be saved?
Yeah, I'll take them to the capital. I need witnesses. I could save them with medicine, so I will by other means.
Each decision leads to regret the next day. Each step the abyss. How can one sleep after that?
My nightmares are a personal matter. Weird bird guy, you don't get to know.
Nightmares multiply in darkness. It's their nutrient medium, just like blood for a plague.
Ooh, this is kind of a badass line. I still have some matches on me. I'll find a way to fend off the darkness. Bam, 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 bam.
The light of salvation burns and then fades, like hope, like someone's life on a hospital bed. Do you think you'll manage to escape? She already follows you, trying to reach you. She won't just let you leave.
Is it death?
You're a fool, Bachelor. Don't she? Conscience. Of course it's conscience. You cannot run from your conscience, not even on a train. Now you'd be lucky to even board that train alive. And what form your conscience assumes, that is on you and your broken imagination.
No time to wax philosophical. The fog thickens, the bonfire fades, and I shall still seek a train, apparently one with escapees.
Come back where you came from, Doctor. Try to become your old self. Just don't forget the matches.
Enough with your scare tactics, stupid bird. Get out of my way. Oh. Press G to strike and throw a matchstick. Hey, man. Oh, God. Oh, God. Did I not do it? I thought I threw one at him. Whoopsie. Yes, I am that guy that dies in the tutorial. You found me. You found the Cuphead journalist. There we go. Apparently I just fucking missed the first time. I just missed the first time. Oh no, I was lighting this bonfire. I'm so stupid. It probably said that and I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I thought I was throwing it at him. You gotta throw it at the bonfire, silly bitch. God, I'm such a silly guy. Get away from me, night terrors. Get away from me, demons. I can't handle it. I can't handle it, dude. My anxiety. It's fucking tearing me apart. They do look sick, though. Like, look at that. That's a scary looking thing. I have to make it. I have to get out of this place. This place is bananas. Yeah, I get it. Hold the Q to see things worthy of your attention, man. I already did. Get out of my blooming way, demon. I will get on this plane. I don't know why I was going to say plane. Oh, man. Guys, you need a bit of light in your lives. I'm going to be ill. The stench. Ooey, ooey. Uh-oh. What about the fire? There's a fire going right next to me. What the heck? Oh, okay, it was scripted. Whew, I thought I really was that bad at games. It was scripted. The day before, in which the Bachelor leaves the capital to venture to the edge of the world. Oh, so this is one day before we tried to leave all those sick people. Ah, yes, in my desk drawer I have a gun. Quite American of me. Oh, I hope you guys didn't see me pick up my gun. How do I have an inventory, or can I not? Excuse me, you're not allowed in. Stop knocking on my door.
They'll go to any length, Chief, but our lengths are longer.
Do you hear those peculiar footsteps on the stairs? Ominous footsteps? I think they're coming for us. If they catch you here, there's no telling what might happen. You can even be arrested. Yeah, I can hear those footsteps. They're quite loud.
What were you expecting? It's been years and I still can't get enough of you.
I forgot the voice.
Idealism.
I forgot the voice I gave this guy. I'll just give him like a... Shall I continue? The ruling goes on. Euthanatica, the nation's only laboratory specializing in novel life extension techniques, come across as pseudoscience, wild goose chase. This is so-called effective immortality project. There will be an inquiry based on your results at the Academy Special Commission, which is, as you know, Korvalek is on. They'll wipe the floor with your Karlovic, and he'll just throw up his hands like he did with the immunology affair last year. He's gone out on a limb for you. Wasn't him in July going around here saying he was disappointed? Or do I have it mixed up with someone? It happens when you're tired. He'll help me if I present clear evidence. Oh, but there's more. Has, according to a number of scientists, including Warden, Zedlinger, and Vengelrock, achieving significant breakthroughs. We can skip this part. There, in view of what is this guy even saying to me? Would be surprised to suspend the research, transfer the laboratory to the purview of the Chemistry Institute, and dismiss its staff. I can recite it from memory by now. Perhaps you could retell it in verse, Platon. It would calm you down and put things in broadest perspective. I'd sooner lose a wife, an arm, and an eye than Thanatica. And why does it have to be now? We just got a cellular level reaction. You don't have a wife. Given the way you live, you never will. I'm married to my work. Our relationship is loving, mutual, fulfilling, and unclouded by rivalry. Actually, there's still hope, Bachelor. If we present them that immoral man from the Central Steep, what was his name? Shin? Ivan? Kane. Simon Kane. No time, colleagues, no time. They're already climbing the stairs. Don't give us you need to run. There'll be no commission while you're gone. We can stall the proceedings. Go. Fetch us an immortal right away. We'll tell them you're away on a trip. For once the red tape will play into our hands, we'll stall, reports, audits, you name it, and appeal it all if all else fails. But if they find you, they'll convene with forces and testify, and we won't be able to wriggle out of it. Aw, you guys are the best. I agree. If you leave before you're handed the ruling, it's your fault for missing you. But if you wait until afterwards, that's obstruction. They won't miss a chance to hold it against you. They'll use whatever pretext they can. But what about you two? Bah, what would they want with us? You're the big name scientist, so act like it. You're the one they need, and that Sheen person is just what you need. His name's Kane. Oh, for God's sake, Planton, shall we toss him out the window? That's it, they're here. Hear those voices? They must be deciding whose head is hard enough to batter down the door with. Get out! The eastbound train departs at 4:15. You can make it in time. Good luck, thank you. Yeah, those guys were really banging on the door. Like, they are so loud. Like, get me out of this room. They are so loud. They're hurting my ear. Oh! They're hurting my ears. Stop. Okay, let's get out of here.
I'll follow
Oh!
you through hell, but not high water. If it gets to high water, that's on you.
Wait, just one more thing. So we're no longer in a hurry? Take care of yourself, Chief. You're so reckless, head always in the crowds. You don't really know how to fend for yourself, do you? Do you even care about yourself? As if you're any different, Seraphima. We're all doomed without you. Hey, no crying in the laboratory. You'll be alright. Enough of this. Are you armed? Why, I'm armed with my vast intellect and a quick wit. As long as I can open my mouth, they won't know what hit them. Daniel, are you armed? I am. At least I can shoot myself with this if I fail. Have you ever used it? Please take this seriously. Best I can do is point it at someone and pretend it's loaded. Might not work on the bears, though. Well, at least point it then. You can be very persuasive sometimes, Chief. Yes, you should know. Oh, fuck. Oh, I got a glove on? Ooh. What if I... Nah, she's my friend. You're lucky. You're lucky, girl. I'll be back next time to finish the job. Can I start robbing random people yet? Oh, man. Ooh, is that me? Wow, I am a handsome bastard, aren't I? Oh, is that me too? Well, I am a handsome bastard, aren't I? Oh, is that... Well, I am a handsome bastard, aren't I? Is that me? No, I'm just kidding. Alright, the bit's over.
Freeze!
Oh. Intimidate. You're intimidated now, yeah. Yeah, let me pass. Pussies. Now I'm in the next part of the apartments. I gotta get out of here. I have a train to catch. Bam, 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 bam. Hello? Hello? Door-to-door salesman? Would anyone like to buy this gun up your ass? Nah, I guess not. Ooh!
I'm Daniil Denkovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. My research into the limits of human life has brought me renown. I've devoted all my energy and remarkable intellect to combating the greatest fear that binds humanity, the inevitability of imminent death. Seeking proof of my theories, I traveled to a small, steep town to examine a person of phenomenal longevity, Simon Kane. But I walked into a trap. The moment I arrived there, an unknown disease struck the town. It devoured the town like a wildfire. Its contagion and lethality surpassed anything humanity had ever faced. And I became the only doctor standing in the way of this unprecedented pestilence.
Ooh, okay. Thank God they did that explanation because some of the pathologic people talk in really, like, complicated words. At least to a layman like me. So, that helped explain a lot more what was going on with the story.
Who's the murderer? Why you?
Let's go back to your testimony, Bachelor de Vinci. Testimony, so this is an interrogation. A preliminary investigation. Let's try to remain level-headed. The menstrual inspection of your lab, Thanatica, began in early September. Your presence was required at all times. Instead, you dashed off across the country to a backwater town to bring back what might be described as a person with unique longevity, or at least the results of his medical evaluation. Yes, this town had an outbreak of some fever the scientist community had no knowledge of. As luck would have it, you were the only medical professional at the site of the event. You were forced to remain there, since leaving was impossible. You led the effort to combat the epidemic, and evidently took on some field research as well. Accurate so far? Well, you know, not inaccurate. The devil's in the details. You seem to be setting up some kind of trap, as these detectives do. You did not succeed. A complete failure. It goes without saying that one would be foolish to fault a medical specialist in a situation like yours. The remoteness, the lack of communication, the hostile environment, terrible conditions for scientific work. What doctor could have possibly succeeded in those? No one blames you. Precisely. No equipment, incompetent aid, zero authority given. I'm not an Man, I really need to work on my vocabulary. I did the best I could. Oh, who the heck is this guy? Oh, that's me. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Isn't that me? I said I don't blame you. Didn't I bachelor for any of it? Did you hear me? Besides that ordinance from last year, what? That's better. Tell me if you'd be so kind. What causes your suspicious unease? I would assume a guilty conscience. I suppose we can't rule out a setup. Too many coincidences. That letter about Simon lures me into town. No one shows me Simon. The whole place locks down, trapping me. And while I'm left to die, the Natica is destroyed just before a scientific breakdown. Wow, my final hours are spent studying the sand pest. Crafty, I must admit. I see a worn-out man, unsure whether he's still among the living. A man disassembled. I'm trying to help you put yourself back together. Okay, so I'm talking to myself. Alright. Well, I don't want it to be confusing, so maybe I'll give the white text me a different voice, and this will be my normal tone of voice. What do you want to know? What could I have done? Alright, my first idea was quarantine. I needed time to study the disease, so I isolated patients in their homes. No, I isolated entire districts. I tried to get at least a day ahead of it. It was spreading too swiftly, and of course I ensured that no one could leave the town. And the steps you took only shortened the lifespan of the settlement. Ah, you refer to the popular discontent. I didn't leave love from them, only discipline. A difficult surgery can't be performed on a resisting patient. That's why patients get tied up, held down, or every step I took was justified, or the town wouldn't have lasted those 7 days. You think so? Let's take a look at the timeline of your decisions, if you can call them that. J for your map of thoughts, conclusions, and doubts. Ooh, my mind map. Important events happen every day. Select a day to recall what transpired. What day do you guys want? Leave it down in the comments. I would click day 1, but that just seems kind of boring. Let's do this one with the gas mask. This one looks interesting. Oh, so these are all the past choices this guy made, but I haven't played the game yet. Trying to avenge someone, a local woman named Ravel killed the general. The army is mutinous. That meant that they sent in the army. Do they want your death, or are they really ready to level down this town, this pest house? Which led to towers falling. Oh god. See? So many things affect other things. That's why this game is so stressful when we get to like the main game. There are so many different things that you can do, and they all lead into something different. So there's like it plays into your, especially for someone like me who likes to save everybody, it plays into this like you can't save everyone. You have to give up something, and everything is on a time crunch. So you start feeling more and more stressed. Like, oh god, I have to go to this event, right? But if I go to that event, then I'll miss this event. So you're always losing out on something. You have to choose. It's always a choice. I won't be intimidated. I'm a doctor, a scientist. Do you hear me? I've come back from hell. The phantoms of a nightmare could never portray, and I worked there as a doctor. Do you understand? A doctor! Not an exterminator or inquisitor, not a police inspector or army commander. I'm a medical professional. I'm not trying to intimidate you. Perish the thought. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted as well. You must have misunderstood me. Enough with that tone. Don't you grow tired of it yourself? Put this on record. That backwater didn't even have a hospital, understand? It did not have a hospital, but it did have a theater. So I repurposed it somewhat into a hospital. I studied patient there. Create a vaccine was the priority. That's what I did. I have vaccinated people. An hour ago, you said a vaccine is possible. Creating a vaccine isn't as simple as brewing a cup of tea. The disease mutated fast. The scientific community had never seen anything like it. I had to create a vaccine every day. Do you understand? A new one each time. All the while I had no equipment, no lab. I had to improvise new methods in a matter of minutes. A hospital? You know what? I believe you, but I need more details. And now we're going there. Day 5, in which the Bachelor winds up the people and has to rewind. Oh! They gave me kind of a blank face, so... Signor, you're here, upon the stage once more. The man who made a hospital out of the theater will have eyes on him aplenty. Do you know what the orderlies behind your back are whispering? No. What are they saying? They say you have a seesaw in your hand. They picture you as a man atop a board, atop a barrel, gun in hand, aiming as you roll and teeter to and fro. Quit distracting me with idle chatter! Extremis, senor. Extremis can kill you dead. One moment mired in apathy, the next in mania, trying to do everything at once. You're, you're caught between your pounding heart and your two hesitating feet. A man of impulse, yet sometimes paralyzed. That there is your seesaw. Fair enough criticism, but how else could I be? As we stand here in the old theater, let me then play the doctor and prescribe balance, the goal in me, though you may yet be swept to Sicila or And even now, what do you feel? As soon as you approach the sick, indifference and gloom begin to burden you. You're exaggerating again. If I really were so depressed as to be catatonic, I wouldn't have even started this conversation. With me you would, for I am but a player, a figment only of your mind. Indeed, senor, senor, right? That is senor, right? Senor, you hardly speak with your heart races or when your mind has gone too quiet. I need to keep this unfortunate inclination in check. The strongest treatment is right here, the same we use to numb the hopeless sick. These drugs may work for you as well, but mind that as you take them, you become accustomed to them, and you'll need more and more each time. I didn't expect I'd be choosing between using medication on myself or a patient, but there are other ways as well. A drink and a smoke, perhaps. Things you may not expect can stabilize you. To warm yourself by the fire, or wash yourself in cool water, even kicking a trash bin in frustration. You will know what helps you best. You're a scientist, so experiment. Aha! See, that's probably where this game also is known to, or at least the second game had multiple endings. I'm guessing that not taking the drugs and becoming a drug addict gives me a different ending. So if I just completely avoid using drugs and try to deal with my stress in other ways, because they're probably going to have a mechanic like that, like a bar that fills up the more I get stressed or something like that, or maybe something more visual like those demons, remember? The black shadows that keep hunting me. Anyway, quite an experiment measuring the psychological effect of kicking cans. I will be sure to report my findings to the capital. And yet it wouldn't hurt to take some pills with you. Who knows what madness lies ahead? Take something from the hospital supplies. Besides the other fronts you struggle on, there is the struggle with yourself, senor. What could be harder? I remember, and I dread. Okay. Where do I take new items? I mean, there's these obvious guys right in front of me, right? Is there even a reason to talk? Apathy? I'm just gonna ignore them. A poison which is the same as medicine, invigorating in small doses, addictive. Gives me 70 mania. Gives me 5 mania. Causes irritation just like everything. Increases inhibition in the cerebral cortex. Gives me apathy. Sometimes I just want to be sad, man. And just straight up tobacco would give me more mania. Then I got a gun and a prototype. There's nothing else really. Oh, here's the map. Oh my god, the map looks like the original Pathologic 2 map. I remember. I remember this was back where your hideout would be. The game started over here. Oh, they even have the tower in the same place. It's the exact same map, I think. Am I going crazy? What is my guy doing? Why is he making all these noises? Alright, fine. Let's talk to some people. Oh, I can't talk to them because I'm too apathetic. I see. Okay. So they want me to use some drugs to get rid of my apathy. Is that what's going on? Maybe I have to use a big one.
Rewind.
Yeah, now I'm good enough to talk to people. I'm happy enough to talk to people. You get so depressed you don't want to talk to anyone? That's so real.
Stach. Poor Stach. We tried to convince him, but he refused to believe us.
It looks broken. Erdim. It's not broken, you just don't know how to use it. Made any major advances on that vaccine of yours, Onion? They say precision instruments help with that kind of thing. Let's not rehash that whole whose medicine works argument all over again. Or have you managed to create a serum from your herbal infusions yet, colleague? I haven't yet, but I figured out how to use them to boost people's immune response. You should also try making some to boost people's mood. I am severely depressed. I've done the autopsies for you already. Number 1 and 3 had the gunk of their lungs. Number 2 had it in her bronchia. This just keeps getting worse. Hello? Could it be yesterday's... He didn't have a voice, so I'm just going to use my normal. Could it be yesterday's technique that's proved to be the right one? As your assistant, it's my duty to inform you that among the recipients of yesterday's vaccine, there's P2B 0 mortality. That is to say, notification so far. You're not my assistant, Mr. Little. More of an extra pair of shoulders with no great burden to bear. Give me a report of what you've done in the meantime. While you're away, I tried my hand at diagnosing using your procedure. I hope you didn't mistake measles for pneumo plague, colleague. Ah, God, why do I mess up all these words? So I noted down symptoms using your approach. I crossed off illness based on the principle of impossible combinations, but I didn't really get anywhere. You know, sometimes I try to think like you do. I give it my best try at that. I do this just so I can understand you just a little, and I fail every time. The way your head works is a complete mystery to me. Do you have the you know, sometimes I try to. Oh God, what does that word mean? Could you remind me? I don't think I recall. Talking to myself. I'll say it again. Getting the patient medical. I'll say it again. Getting the patient's medical history or anamnesia is your first priority. There are strictly 3 steps. Step 1: interview the patient. Always comes first. No matter how tongue-tied or confused they are, no matter how much they get wrong, the information is priceless. Even if they're just straight up lying, it's still important. Just like if you were an investigator or a detective. Yes, you were somehow managing to learn useful things even from their lives, but I have no idea now. Step 2, the exam. This part requires your utmost attention, and when we take note of anything suspicious, we do it in the context of what the patient has told us. Any trifling body detail like a scratch, a bruise, or a birthmark might turn out to be important. Got it? And step 3, if required, a careful inspection of the surrounding the patient lived in, especially when you feel they're being coy, evasive, or hiding something. In a word, lying. Reticence is never without a reason. That's when it becomes a good idea to go and inspect their home. You go talk to their neighbors and family. It always adds to the picture. Do you understand? But that takes loads of time and effort, and you keep saying we don't have a minute to waste. Although actually, it was actually him saying that, not myself. I'm fucking crazy, is what I'm learning from this game. Anyway, I'll show you how to do this, alright? Watch a professional at work, man. Let's start with this guy. Or not. Let's start with this guy. Or not. Let's start with this girl. I'm healthy, just so you know. I don't have anything. Why did they bring you here then? I had a fever, that's why. 2 days of it, for no reason. But I'm better now, and I have no scratches on my skin. No yellowing, no sandpaper scratchies, no drought of the mouth. What gave you this fever? Our house was cleared out after the infection came. People were sent whenever there was space. Comfort is a luxury right now. Some were lucky and ended up in an empty living room. Some got an attic or a cellar. Us, we were put in a boiler room. When it reached our street, they rounded up the whole caboodle of us to the isolation ward. A boiler room, you say? Was it turned on? Of course, the air was so stuffy in there, I tell you. But there was a silver lining. No sickness can survive that hellfire. Convincing, but I'll still need to examine you. Please undress there behind the screen. Okay, so for a physical exam, the patient must be examined and their symptoms added to the casebook. Open the casebook with N. This can be done during the examination. Okay, let's open the casebook. Oh God, there's a lot. Okay. Oh, so I can cross them out like it's not that one, or I can choose them like they definitely have that. I see. Okay, okay. So it's not all of these. I was looking at this and I was like, oh my God, she had all of this? How is this girl even standing right now? I thought she was about to collapse. She had every single one of these. Oh, arms, arms, arms. I see something on her arms. Hematoma. Maybe she bumped into something. Maybe it's a symptom. I should ask where the bruise came from. Oh, I may have missed something. Let's look again. Okay, maybe I should look at everything first. Sorry, guys. First time doing this in this kind of game, they don't really teach you anything. You just kind of have to learn on your own. Yeah, she looks fine other than her arms. Let's ask her about that. Allow me to call in my assistant. I'll use your example to show him how to proceed. You call, Mr. Vinsky. I'm here and ready to heed. So, Mr. Little, we have a patient here. She's claiming to be in good health despite having a fever a few days ago. Do we take her word for it? Well, if she's had a fever, there must be a reason for it. We have to find it. Remember this, a patient's self-evaluation may be incorrect. That's why you must ask specific questions about the symptoms, about what's come up during the exam, and about the patient's circumstances and daily life. I think I get it in theory. God knows how to play it out in practice. I'll demonstrate. Observe and learn, Mr. Little. I won't be around forever. The patient is running a temperature. In other words, a fever. Open my casebook, look up fever, and tell me, how many conditions is it listed as a symptom of? Influenza is burning fever, consumption, measles, terminal, whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of them. 8 diagnoses fit the bill. It's a frequent symptom, which means that you have to find the others and narrow down the search. Then do it again and again until you're left with just one verdict. This, Mr. Little, is what's known as a differential diagnosis. The name is self-explanatory. We differentiate between similar things to find the only correct solution to our problem. Alright. Let's get down to it then. You look pale, ma'am. Has your skin been like this since birth, or is this pallor recent? It's not like I get to look in the mirror a lot, living in a boiler room and all, but I don't... Oh, I don't know why I'm not doing her voice. But I don't think I've ever been pale. Rich do-nothings are pale. Me, I'm a commoner. So pylora isn't typical for you. We're marking that as a symptom. Mr. Little, add pylora to the fever in the record. What do we get? Mirror can do 2 conditions. Down from 8. It's like magic. A single symptom eliminated 6 out of 8 of our candidates. We're left with just a choice of 2. Where did this come from, my good lady? I mean the bruise next to your wrist. Did you bump into something, or is there someone who batters you? Don't worry, there's nothing to be embarrassed when seeing a doctor. I'm not embarrassed. A bruise? Well, that's news to me. I've never seen it before, and I can't remember anything like what you're talking about. I certainly wasn't beaten up. I must have bumped into something myself and forgotten about it with all the fuss. The boiler room is dark and cramped. That's probably where the bruise is from. But if the patient got it from bumping into something, it's not the kind of bruise we're looking for. Are you with us, Mr. Little? Pay attention. She doesn't remember how she got the bruise. She can only guess. The manual provides a more detailed description of the illness for a situation like this. What causes it, who's susceptible, and give us useful clues. Got it. When in doubt, read about the condition. Right. Oh lord, this is a big tutorial. I might just cut all this, like some of this out. I need to write down the results in my casebook, then discuss it with my patient. Alright, so now we know she has fever, paleness, hematoma. Oh, I got it, guys. I'm stupid. There you go. Here you go. You'll find it right here. I don't know why, but I thought because we were looking at her hands that it'd be up here. But yeah, we just have to circle all the things that she definitely has. Okay, where's the last one? Hematomas. Oh, it's right next to it. There we go. Okay, now which one of these has all 3? It's of course going to be the top one. I got it. And then once you know that, this is the most likely candidate. So it has to be this. Final diagnosis. To confirm the diagnosis, you hold X, then you close the casebook. Another case solved. 1 down, 2 to go. I think. Are you going to burn me? Where'd you get that idea? It's not exactly a secret. The whole thing is like putting out a wildfire. If someone's house is under suspicion, it's torched. If someone sneezes, the entire town's district is sealed off. Sick and healthy folks alike. And when there's doubt about a healthy person, it's the isolation ward. Then those who have the sound pest are marched out of and burned. There's nothing true. We do nothing of the sort. Like hell you don't. Nothing of the sort. Jeez, you ought to peek outside your study more often, Professor. Nah, I'm just a bachelor. Don't overpraise me. Mr. Tiny here told me I could be useful to you before I die, that is. Said you can find something inside me that slows the pest down, so go ahead. Find it. What do you need? Do you want to draw some blood? Alright. Where'd we bring you in from? I walked here. From home. Caught it from my neighbors. Knew as soon as my skin when the chest started peeling. So I waited a day. The neighbor's scream stopped in the middle of the night. I went to check on them in the morning, and they were all dead. Me, though, I was alive and walking, and now I'm here. Why do you need to know that, doctor? Lee, take off your clothes! Alright, the skin he mentioned. Unlikely to be stone disease. Well, most likely eczema. Heartbeat too fast, but that could be a personal trait. Yeah, his heartbeat is high. Oh, that's his heartbeat. That's what that was earlier. I was looking at that with the lady, but... Alright, what's going on in your back? Ooh! Now this is interesting. His skin is yellowed. Is something wrong with the liver? Oh yeah, I see that. Compared to his normal foot. Look at that. His right foot's a little yellow. Alright, let's look at this. Oh, wait. First we ask him about it. Wait, we gotta ask him about it. We can't just make a diagnosis. Have you sorted it out, doctor? Will I be useful in your remedies? My vaccine. It's a vaccine I'm working on, and please allow me a couple of clarifying questions so I can be certain of your diagnosis. Is the plague, of course, the sandpest thing, isn't it? The plague, yes, but there's another condition that's prolonging your life. You said it yourself. Your neighbors didn't survive the night, but you're still holding up. Well, blow me down. 2 ailments making me healthier than if I only had 1. But you know best, doctor. What did you want me to question me, right? Question all you want. Complained that the skin on your chest was peeling, right? On the very middle. I knew right away. Skin turns nasty when you're plagued, right? No, still no idea. Let's leave your peeling skin for now. Ready to talk about something else? I saw eczema. We got eczema. I remember that. Rapid pulse. We had that. And then something to do with his liver, he said. Oh, he was also saying that it transmits through groups, and burning fever goes through groups. Well, let's just do that one. Sure. I probably didn't, I don't know if I did it right, but whatever. Oh god, this guy's a yapper. I thought you'd be interested to know why the sandpest can't get to me, because I suddenly kind of find that interesting. I'd even say amazing. I'm interested too. Your blood may save about 400 people tomorrow. You sure you're not overstating my importance, Doc? I'm not, and I'd rather you not call me Doc. Whatever you say, I think Doc is shorter, that's all. Saves time. Alright, let me ask you this then. What time of day do you feel worse than usual? All the time. I used to be as hardy as a bull wrangler, but now I have trouble even standing up for long. I get drowsy. My knees give out. It's embarrassing. I feel like I'm failing everyone. Is this condition of yours progressing? I don't take a great interest in my own person, Doc, but enough people to spend my attention on as it is. But I have trouble doing my job because of this. It's a rugged man's job. This is the third time you're asking me. May I ask why you distrust me so? You said the termitary has been shut down in order to shield its resident for protection. Did that mean they knew there would be an epidemic? Who knows? At first they said there'd be a blowout of some kind. Sweet suit. It settled on the walls later. It looked like mold. Well, the kin was worried. They're like bees. What are the people in there saying? They're shouting. Lots of clamor and a nasty kind of clamor. It's what you'd expect. They're not having a great time stuck in there like pickles in a jar. No regular meals, not enough drink to go around. So they're disgruntled. One does wonder why that would be. You can't lock up a living creature against his will. It's how you turn people into proper beasts. But try so much as hinting at that to our ugly men. Yes, men. They're dead drunk on power. It used to be all right working them. Now I can't stand those guardsmen. Disrobe. Down to your undergarments, my good guardsman. I'm going to examine you. Since you're so preoccupied with my work as a security guard, here's my advice to you, Doctor. You're being too heavy-handed. This lockdown of yours is making people seethe, and a cauldron can only seethe for so long before the lid flies off. I certainly would take note of this critique if I had any other options. Now get naked. Strange redness, rash bites, something else. There are red spots on his face too. Okay, who knows what it could be? Ooh, got some veiny feet. Yeah, what's going on? Oh my god, yeah, all around his legs. Let's ask him about it. Well, he didn't have much to say, so let's get some things down. We got some veins in his feet. I think he has this top one, and I think, because based off what my guy was saying, how old is the damage? I think he had, like, that he's had that for a while, and that's not really what's hurting him now. It's this one that he has now. This is like the new thing, you know what I mean? But I could be wrong. Fuck it. Fuck it, though. Fuck it, I don't got time. I don't got time for this shit. You notice something that you can ask the patient about. Oh! Oh! Maybe I could have done that for the last guy, too. Whoops. I didn't realize you have to first note the symptom to be able to ask them about it. Oh! The vein in your legs. Have you ever noticed that before? My legs, they're that way from all the time I spent standing up. It's my job as a security guard. 16 hours of standing every day. Won't spare a tool for us to sit down. Quite the contrary. I've been standing. Can't stand a drinker myself. Are you being honest with me? This is a crucial question, not one to evade. I'm telling you it's not regular. I don't have the habit, period. I'm going to your house, sir. I'm going to your house. Dude, I do not trust this fucking guy, apparently. So I'm going to his house. I'm going to... Yeah, fuck off, man. Fuck you. I gotta find out if this guy's an alcoholic or not. Out of my way, everybody. Out of my blooming way. At least it gives us an excuse to step outside. We made it outside. Look at all these people. I remember them. They look so familiar. Wow. Unfortunately, guys, I think that's all the time I have for today. Next time we'll be back with more Pathologic. Thank you all for watching.